So salute, people. It's Nocturnal Thoughts. Everybody, subscribe to my channel. Salute all my troops out there. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. Anybody that's new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. I see you. Look, man, I did a video earlier. You know, Deontay Wilder, was poisoned in his water. You know what I'm saying? In his water, he was poisoned by somebody in his crew that's been, expedited expeditiously. But I shared my thoughts on that. Checked back in, had about 10 views, and right off the top, lost 1 subscriber. So, I thought about it for a little while. Came down here, doing my workout, trying to clear my mind on the topic, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking like maybe I was wrong. And I thought about it more, and I said, you know what? I gotta double down on my original thought. So I might lose all of my subscribers. And if that's the case, you know what I'm saying, so be it, man. I gotta do what I feel like is honest and truth to myself, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't think that we need to give too much attention to the past. I don't think we need to give too much attention. I mean, the past is behind us, and the only thing you can do is learn from it. You know what I mean? But if you keep looking in the rearview mirror, eventually you're gonna crash to what's in front of you. I feel like Deontay Wilder should have already had enough time to analyze everything that went wrong in the second fight. He should be correcting that and then looking forward to the third fight. So I haven't heard anything, you know what I'm saying, exclusively from Deontay Wilder when it comes to the glove gate. I haven't heard anything exclusively when it comes to the poison water. I haven't heard anything exclusively from Tyson Fury having a foreign object in his hands that could have caused the damage to the side of his jaw. I haven't heard that stuff exclusively from Deontay Wilder. Let me repeat that. I haven't heard those things exclusively from Deontay Wilder. So I'm still giving him that benefit of the doubt. And for me, myself, like I said, I don't have enough evidence to say whether it's true or not true. And it's not for me to even try to inspect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an inspector. I'm not a detective. At the end of the day, I feel like Deontay Wilder should just stay with one phrase. I lost to the better man that night, and I'm gonna get you back on the third fight, period, point blank. Leave it at that. Anything that we find out in the meantime, if he finds any foul play, he should address that privately. He should address that with his crew, and his crew should address that with the powers that be in boxing, just to make sure nothing like that can happen again in the third fight. But anything that you come out with now, it just all sounds like excuses. Like I said, even if it's valid, you know what I'm saying? Even if people want to stretch their imagination, which is not too far of a stretch when you're talking about boxing, I understand that. When you're talking about his water being tainted, if that's true, then so be it. You make sure next time nobody tampers with your water, because 40 fights into the game, you and your crew should be experienced enough to not have these snakes. He said, you know, he cut the grass and got rid of the snakes. As far as I'm concerned, the lawn supposed to stay mowed. You're supposed to always keep the grass cut, trim, so you can't get the snakes that come in. You can't wait till after a loss to all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, start trying to get the snakes out of your front yard. You know what I mean? You can't wait till after a loss to come up with all these excuses. That's why it's not a good look. It don't sound good that all these excuses is coming out, and I don't want to even label them excuses. It just don't sound good when all these stories are coming out after a loss, because I don't think we would have heard any of these stories if he had won that fight. You know what I'm saying? And now he's putting himself, now his fans are putting him in a position to where if he loses the third fight, it'd be like when Tarver fought Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? Any questions before the fight? Yeah, I gotta fight Roy. I gotta question Roy. Any excuses? Any excuses? You know what I'm saying? You giving the opposition and all of his fans way too much material and way too much arsenal and way too much ammo to use against you if and when the trilogy fight ever happens. Because now we already know that Tyson Fury is you know what I'm saying, a master at getting inside of his opponent's head before a fight. Now you're giving him all of this fodder, all of this ammunition to use leading up to the fight. As soon as they start having any kind of conferences leading up to the fight, you know, all the reporters are gonna be asking all these stupid ass questions. What about the glove gate, Deontay Wilder? What about the foreign object in his hand, Deontay Wilder? What about the suit being too heavy, Deontay Wilder? What about somebody spiking your drink, Deontay Wilder? He gonna be so damn busy defending all these damn stories, he not gonna be able to get his mind right to prepare for the damn fight. Because you putting out, the only thing that's being put out when it comes to Deontay Wilder is what sounds like to a lot of people excuses. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's valid, even if these stories are true, that stuff need to be kept within you know what I'm saying? It should be, we should have like a what they call that? It's not a silence clause, but it should be a gag order. It should be a gag order on anybody right now affiliated with Deontay Wilder. We should all just be, everybody in Deontay Wilder's team should be like this. We know, we ain't gonna say. The more we know, the less we say. The more we know, the less we say. And then come out in the third fight and just demolish this Tyson Fury. If that's your boy, because I'm still going for Deontay Wilder, that's still my boy. I'll put more into that conversation if we get closer to something looking like a fight happening. Like I said, I'm riding with Deontay Wilder till the wheels fall off. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? While we at the pit stop and we putting the car back together and we making sure everything is tight, we ain't got time to be focusing on what went wrong in the last lap. You know what I'm saying? That's behind you. You can't do nothing about it. So the water being spiked, that story needs to be evaporated. Something being in the glove, we don't know nothing about that. Glove gate, his hands being slidden off a little bit where he's using his knuckles in the glove, we don't know nothing. What? We don't know nothing about that. We lost. We lost to the better man. You know what I'm saying? It was, everybody has a, we lost to the better man that night. See you in the third fight. That's all Deontay Wilder should be saying. That's all his fans should be saying. I'm his fan. I'm one of his fans. Deontay Wilder team fan, whatever you want to call it. Fanboy, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you want to call it. I'm riding with Deontay Wilder. I don't know nothing about no glove gate. I don't know nothing about no piece of iron or egg whites or plaster. I don't know nothing about nothing being in his glove. I don't know nothing about nothing being in the water. I don't know nothing about my suit being too heavy. I don't know nothing about none of that. All I know is I lost that night to the best man, and I'm gonna see him in the third fight. Don't ask me no damn questions. I don't want to hear about none of that shit. It's the past. I lost. He was the better man. I don't know nothing about no suit being too heavy. I don't know none of these stories that's coming out. I don't know nothing about none of that. All I know is I lost, and I'm finna whoop this motherfucker's ass in the third fight. Nocturnal Thoughts. Salute. I'm out. Peace.